In today's episode, I'm going to give you the tools you need to navigate those moments when you feel completely drained from trying to make it happen. Welcome to At What Point, the podcast where we dive into the real, raw, and rewarding journey of personal and professional growth. I'm Catherine, your host, here to guide you through mindset shifts, powerful aha moments, and the resilience it takes to thrive no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're climbing the corporate ladder, taking the leap into entrepreneurship, or just looking for that boost of motivation, you are in the right place. Let's dive in. At what point does trying to make it happen become exhausting? Let's be honest. Most of the time, when we start a business or take on a new project, we put all our effort into it. We have the vision. We can see clearly how this thing is going to help so many people. So what do? We go full force. We start to plan and move pieces. But at some point, when we don't see the traction we hope for, we start to feel discouraged. Maybe things are not going as smoothly as we want, or maybe the people we thought will be there supporting us every step of the way didn't show the interest we were expecting. And just like that, our exciting project becomes something we're dragging alone. If you are feeling exhausted, stuck in a cycle of effort without seeing the results or questioning whether you should keep going, you're not alone. We're going to talk about how to manage your expectations, which often plays a huge role in how we feel about our progress. I will also guide you through the steps to create a strategic plan of action for your business or project so you don't end up feeling, should I give up? Or why did I start this in the first place? But before we dive into the specifics, let's pause and consider something. How much of our disappointment comes from expecting others to be on the same page as us? Think about it. In our personal lives, we often expect things from our partners, kids, or friends, and when they do not meet those expectations, when they do not do things exactly how we envision them, it becomes a big deal. But why does this happen? Have you ever thought about why it affects us so deeply? It's because expectations are tied to our desires and beliefs. When we expect something from someone, we are often projecting our own standards onto them. When those expectations are not met, it can feel like a personal rejection or a challenge to our sense of control over the situation. It exposes a gap between what we want or need and what others are willing or able to provide, which can be really unsettling. This is why managing expectations is so crucial, both in our personal lives and in our business journey. It's a key part of staying resilient and focused on our journey. And this brings us together to another critical aspect of staying on course without feeling drained or defeated: having a clear path of action. Because while managing expectations is key, so is knowing exactly where you are headed and how you're going to get there. One of the biggest pitfalls I see, especially when people are starting a business or launching a new project, is the lack of a clear strategy, or let's call it a plan. I know the word strategy might sound big and intimidating, especially if you are transitioning from the corporate world. And the last thing you want is to deal with another strategy. But here is the truth: a strategy or a plan is simply a roadmap. It guides you from where you are now to where you want to go, ensuring that you don't lose sight of your goals or give up when things get tough. There are a few key elements you need to keep in mind throughout your project. The first one is discovering what sets you apart from the rest, identifying your unique strengths and weaknesses, and then doing the same for your business or project. Here is the fact: Most people and small business owners jump straight into tactics and numbers without taking the time to understand what makes them unique. Skipping this step can lead to a higher chance of failure for any business or marketing plan you create. The second component of your strategic action plan is to identify what resources you have and how you're going to allocate them. These resources are often your skills, your time, and money. Understanding these factors is crucial because it helps you decide what you need and what you don't. For instance, if your plan involves creating visuals, but you are not a graphic designer or you don't have the skills, you will need to outsource this aspect. This step allows you to determine if what you have in mind is feasible and where you might need to make trade offs to achieve your goal. Now, the next step in your strategic action plan is to create a complete blueprint with a step by step actionable task. This is your roadmap. Think of it as the detailed plan for building a house. You wouldn't just wing it without a solid plan, right? The same goes for your business or project. Start by breaking down your big goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Assign deadlines, prioritize what needs to be done first, and identify who is responsible for each task in case that you're working with a team. So when you have this blueprint laid out, you are ready to execute. Every day, you will know exactly what needs to be done to move forward, keeping you focused and productive. This approach also helps you stay accountable for your decisions because it's all based on the blueprint you created. Most importantly, it prevents you from getting distracted by things that might seem urgent in the moment, but are not actually part of the strategic plan. And we all been there. This is why I love this approach so much. Following your blueprint allows you to execute daily tasks that push you forward, keeps you accountable to yourself, and prevents distraction from derailing your progress. Let's face it, most of the time when we want to give it up, it's because we are exhausted and overwhelmed. But remember, we don't reach this point overnight. It's usually the result of many situations building up over time, slowly pushing us into a state where we start doubting if we are on the right path or if we made the right decision. And that feeling of exhaustion is draining, discouraging, and make you question everything. Should I give up? Why am I even doing this? Is it worth all this effort? These thoughts can haunt you, especially when you are tired of hustling without seeing the results you hope for. It's completely natural to feel this way, but I promise you, if you have a strategic plan of action for your main goals, whether in business or in life, you will be equipped to navigate those tough moments with more confidence and clarity. Here is the caveat: having a plan doesn't mean everything will go smooth, but it does mean you will have a clearer path to follow, a guide to help you make better decisions, and a framework to keep you moving forward even when things get tough. It helps you focus on what truly matters and cuts out the noise that can make you feel stuck or lost. Remember, every great journey comes with its challenges, and it's during these moments that you build resilience and strength. So, when you are feeling tired, when the hustle seems endless, and when you're questioning why you started, look back at your plan. Remind yourself of your why and keep pushing forward. You have everything within you to succeed, and you owe it to yourself to see it through. Because, my friend, giving up is not an option. The only way is through. And I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Thanks for joining another episode of At What Point. I hope today's conversation sparks some inspiration for your journey of growth and transformation. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to visit katherinebeltran.com/podcast for show notes, special discounts on coaching packages, and freebies to help you keep moving forward. And last but not least, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a show. See you next time.